Hello, welcome everybody. I am expecting this video may annoy some people because we're talking about tropes in anime and manga that I think we can leave behind. They're tropes that I feel like don't translate particularly well for a Western audience or just kind of make me uncomfortable. And I know that critiquing certain things in anime can be not the best received because, look, we all love it. We're all very attached to it. You know, we don't like when people criticize it because we don't want people to think we're weird because we like media that has some weird stuff in it. And just, I don't know, some people idolize, I guess, like Japan being like, no, it's perfect because we love anime so much. But yes, these are tropes that I feel like I either just don't enjoy because, like, they're the kind of tropes that, you know, can just make a show worse. And I feel like just because I'm imagining that if you're watching my videos, chances are English is your first language. Chances are you're in an English speaking country. I think most of my people like are from the US and stuff. Like, you're probably not from Japan. So a lot of these tropes I feel like don't translate culturally particularly well. Like, they're the kind of things that I watch and I'm like, that what? Like, that, yeah. Let's get into them. Let's just get into it. Okay, the first one is the, like, pervy teachers. Now, I haven't seen this for a while. I feel like it's prevalent in things like Naruto, and, like, just where you have an older dude that's like, haha, it's so funny, he's perving on the younger student girls. Please don't. Um, like, unless you're going to critique it, please don't just make the joke, haha, an old dude is perving on a young girl. That's just kind of weird. And, like, half the time these teachers are kind of supposed to be, you know, these cool, epic, you know, stuff. Like, I feel like it's just kind of unnecessary. Now, of course, if you're going to write a story specifically about, you know, the harms of a teacher perving on students, that's different. What I'm saying is just the joke being, ha ha, oh, you're perving on students, haha, very funny. Please, no, just, like, I think the issue that I find with it is that these things can have real life harm, and when a story just doesn't address that, I'm worried. I guess maybe I'm just being too worried that it'll make people think that that's okay or not take victims seriously or something. I also just don't think it's that funny. Like, Aizawa from My Hero Academia is a teacher that doesn't have that, and he just gets to be cool. I just feel like it's also very unnecessary. Like, there's other ways to be funny, because that's usually what it's used for. You don't have to do that to be funny, and it lets your teacher just be cool. But I feel like this one is a bit older. I haven't seen this very much, so I guess this is probably likely to just fall out of style anyway. The next trope is the, oh, we're accidentally touching, just non-consensual touching in general. This is something that's still pretty prevalent, like My Hero Academia, which was my first, I guess, introduction to anime, has, like, Mineta. And I know that there is a trope in more ecchi leaning series where it's like, oh no, I fell over accidentally into their crotch. Just, I I think the reason why I don't particularly find this funny is I have been non-consensually touched before, so, like, that sucked for me. That was very traumatic. I don't want to get into details and stuff, but that was not, it's not funny if you've been through it. And especially given I mostly read shonen, I'm like, I don't think I want teenagers to think that that's okay. Like, I just feel like that if you're trying to write a romantic story, like, or maybe a romantic subplot, which is, I guess, why you would maybe do something like that, you want them to get together, I feel like I wouldn't want to get together with someone who's done something like that. You know, they should want to be together, they should respect each other. Like, yeah, I just feel like it's a trope we can maybe stay away from it, just because I don't think it would go down particularly well with Western audiences. We've had certain movements to do with consent and stuff. Like, I'm not sure what Japan's like in that regard. I really hope that this isn't normal for them, just for the safety of people. But yeah, I just feel like it's a trope that doesn't particularly translate very well, because, I mean, it's not... funny. Like, essay isn't funny, and if you can't write, like, there's other ways to be funny. I don't know, you could just have them bump into each other, like, you don't have to go that extra step, like, and I know that sometimes, often, like, say, in My Hero Academia, you've got Mineta, it's done, haha, he gets his comeuppance, but it's, like, you still get that fan service of, like, you still get to see the underage characters in the bath, like, it still feels like vicariously that, the audience benefits from it. I know it's something that I guess that we probably have to go into more in depth, but I just feel like it's a trope we can put away. I don't see it necessarily being I don't necessarily see it being necessary. Just I don't think we need it. The next trope is just the having the girl kind of not do anything. I just think it's a waste of a character to have them be the girl, the token female, just a love interest who's like, oh, I love you, the main character. Like, I feel like part of the reason why potentially MLM ships are a lot more popular is just because the characters get to do more, like, get to have a more interesting dynamic than girl fawning over guy that doesn't know it. That's overdone, and, like, I feel like some of these, like, girl characters, or women characters, female characters, could be a lot more popular if they contributed more than just being the love interest. So, like, I'm guessing you know what kind of characters I'm talking about. I'm not gonna name names because I feel like a lot of these are contentious. Like, Sakura is usually the traditional example shown, but I know that it is, people argue whether or not she is truly useless, but still, like, that's that idea of just the girl whose aspiration is get with person. But, like, if you're going to do that, don't think it's wrong for a person's aspiration to be get with a person, because that is something people do. People do want to get with their crush, typically, from what I've been told. I can't say I have personal experience with that, but if that's the character's goal, then, like, if you're just gonna have that be an excuse for your character to do nothing but go, oh, I love them, then it's not really doing much. If that is truly their goal, they should be more active in pursuing it. But often that's not the kind of story that this is, like. In a shonen story, a battle action shonen, chances are you don't want to spend heaps of time focusing on a girl trying to win over a guy. So just give them something else. Just give them more than that. Like, just, I don't know, I feel like that having them just get sidelined because, oh, well, we needed a girl character, but I don't know what to do with them. Because I have noticed that I think it's both Naruto and Mashle have mentioned, I could be wrong, there's definitely at least 2 manga I've read where the creator admits in, like, those, if you've ever bought physical volumes, you usually get little extra tidbits that they have about creating stuff. They are both, I've read things where they mentioned they had never drawn a girl character before they started making their, like, series, and I'm just like, no wonder they're struggling to write a compelling female character. They had just never done it before. They're like, they probably didn't intend for this character to even be part of the series. They were just told by their editor, hey, you probably need a girl character. So, yeah, I guess this is just an issue of maybe write and look, practice writing some female characters before you're making your series. Just have a look at female characters that women like, I guess, is probably my suggestion if you're looking for well-written female characters, because, I mean, if women approve of them, then they're probably doing something right. The next trope I feel like we can leave behind is just the lolis, or I say lolis, the shota is equivalent, but it's more of an issue with lolis and stuff. Just, like, there's nothing wrong with designing a cute younger character, but, like, there's the trope of the 3,000-year-old vampire that looks 6, but it's okay because they're 3,000. This trope is just generally contentious in the West, and I feel like it's not worth it. Like, just design, I guess, if you want a character to be appealing to the audience, just design them to look like an adult. Make them an adult, I guess. Like, I just feel like that this trope wouldn't be worth trying over here, because I don't think people like it very much. I just feel like that it's a common complaint that people have of lolis, and you want people to like your series. I would hate for someone to write a good series but then make people uncomfortable by designing a character a specific way. Just, if you want the character to be appealing, just, like, have them look like other adults in your series. I say other adults because I guess different art styles have more cartoony looks and stuff, and like, but yeah, just, I guess, avoid that trope, because I will admit it's kind of weird. I haven't read a lot of stuff that has it, but I know it's a thing. And I just, yeah, maybe don't do that, because I feel like you're going to have more people think the character is attractive if they look like an adult as well. Yeah, just, I don't know where this trope came from or why it exists, but I just don't think it translates particularly well over here, and I don't think it's appreciated. And then the last trope is one that I just do not get at all. It's like the sibling incest trope. Like, you see it in something like Mashal, I think, has it. I think Black Clover also has it, where it's just, often it's an elder brother that's just really obsessed with their younger sister, and it's just always baffled me. Like, I don't get it. I think it's meant to be funny, but it's always just come across weirdly to me, because this is not something I've ever actually seen. Like, I'm the elder sibling, I've got a younger brother, and I would never act like that towards him. That's just ew. And I guess now I kind of have a younger sister, and again, just behaving like that, no, that's not, ew. And like, I've also seen things where I guess, like, there's a joke of, oh, I'm going to marry you, like, to their sibling. I've never heard of this happening in Australia. That's where I live. Like, that's not a thing where you go, haha, I'm gonna marry my sibling. I feel like that's just not something we do here. I don't know if that's, like, a cultural difference that I'm not understanding, but I just don't think it would work if you were writing, say, if another Australian manga artist was to do that. I think I would go, what? Like, just, yeah, I don't think it's a trope that, like, I think it's just gonna cause people to be uncomfortable and not going to be worth the reward. Like, if someone understands this trope as to why it's a thing, please tell me, because I don't get it at all. But yeah, I just feel like better off to leave it behind. That's a trope we can avoid. I'm not sure how many of you were even planning to use it, but yeah, even just, because I know that sometimes they include it to make fun of it, but just I think we're okay to just not use those tropes. So yeah, these are the tropes I could think of that I feel like we can, in 2025, if you're a, I guess, non-Japanese creator, like me, making your manga or comic or whatever, these are some tropes we can leave in anime that we don't have to pick up ourselves. This video is definitely not me doing filler, because I haven't finished my storyboards yet. And I guess if you guys have any other tropes that you can think of that you would prefer not to see as much, please let me know. If you think I'm wrong about something, if you think that I don't understand the trope and I've missed stuff, just tell me your thoughts. And also, I guess, liking and subscribing apparently helps out. So if you want to do that, I mean, you've made it this far of my rambling. Apparently you like what I have to say, or you just left it on to fall asleep. But yeah, I hope you have a good day. And yeah, woo.